Já jsem Litix a vítám vás u druhého dílu ze hry Kingdom Come Deliverance. Právě teď utíkáme před nějakým sráčem, co mě nahání. Tak už asi ne. Takže teď běžíme pro koně, aspoň myslím, podle toho, co říkal tam ten týpek. Tak si máme vzít koně a odjet nějaký hrad. Tak si jdeme pro koně. Jízda na koni. Pořádně ze zadu. Nějaká cutscéna. OK. Dobře, moji pichli. Střelil mu ji rovnou do stehna. Do stehna. Kurva, zase ten sraný loading simulátor do piče. Kurva, už si dotoč, vole.
It's a trap!
The fuck? Počkej. Tak to se... co to kurva? Běž do... Já jsem se měl objevit na tom koni a utíkat jim do prdele. A ne, vole, že obklíčenej. Co to kurva... The fuck? Co to do prdele bylo? OK. Tak to byl úžasný začátek. Ty krávo. OK. Mě jebne, jestli je to celý odnova, ty vole. O toho utíkání z hradu. Ještě nebudu mít nikoho na to mě bavit, ty vole, si jo. Jestli ho vole, jak se jdeme zabít, vole. Ale WTF, co to kurva bylo? Já jsem se měl objevit na koně a ujíždět jim, ty vole, nejednou. Nejednou, vole, oni, vole, mě chcou gangbangnout, vole. Ale fakt, ty vole. Chudák moje prdel. Mám pěkně botky. O, ty vole, běž. Žádný šutr tě nesmí zastavit, vole. No. Dech, vole, dělej. Dech je jak při porodu, vole. Dělej. Pořádně. Teď běž, vole, dělej. Ještě já se přidám, jo. Kurva, k tomu koni doběhneš, vole. Dobrý, zadám všechno. OK, pohoda. Ty vole, jestli mě ještě jednou gangbangnou, ty vole, tak to bude porod, ty vole. To nevím, co mám dělat. Tak jo, hoši, a teď žádný obklíčování nebude, jo? Co bude utíkat.
Are you sure about that?
Ano, přesně takhle jsem se měl zrodit, už předtím. Teď ostrá zatáčka, nebo se to! Nevím, proč jsem to teďka začal střekat trochu, ale snad je dobrý.
Left.
Ostrá zatáčka.
Hamburg is to the left, along the stream.
A do prdele. Doleva, co?
Run for it!
Jo, vole, utíkejte. Pořád mě to chce jeden zasilnit.
Run for it!
Jdi do prdele. Jeď do piče. Drž hubu a jeď.
Warn the others! They've tore at Skalice! Hey! To Talmberg!
Ty vole, běž ty jestli koni, vole. Ty vole, teď mě zabijou, ty šmejde, vole, kvůli tobě. Ty sráče.
Run for it!
Drž hubu. Ty krávo. Tomu koni se nechtělo, vole.
Oh my God! Wait!
Jesus Christ!
Help! Skalice has been attacked! Do something! Help! Quickly, everyone! Get your asses here!
Hey! And loose!
Halt you! Who's in there? They're turning tail! Quickly! We're closing the gate!
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages. Tell me, boy, who are you and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalice. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the
A
ground?
huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours. Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that hair out.
Trošku to štípne.
Easy.
Easy.
All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
If you idlers nothing better to do, get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage? Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalice. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalice to the ground. But a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Gutenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalice is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
Do you think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalice blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
OK. Jsme si popovídali. Kurva, zase ten loading simulator do píči. Je z něho jevné. Oh. Do piči. Pičin nad čítáním, ale... Jo. Oh, nice. Jo. Mhm. Překážíš. Tak si udělal. Jo, z toho si jako mám promluvit, jo. Okno. To piči.
I hear you came from Skalice today.
You've done well, lad.
It must have been
I'm
terrible
sorry for
there.
your loss.
How
You
did
must
it
be all
happen?
done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach.
Be a bit more careful.
I can't understand why he'd waste his talents, but I'm sure he had his reasons. He had a fine reputation.
Don't you
Sir Divish
start.
has suffered his own share of woes.
Oh well,
bit
He's a
I wouldn't mind
gentleman
if I
and a
three,
good one.
actually.
We'll take care of you until everything blows over. You risked your life to warn us, and we won't forget it.
No. Dostanu žrát? Co? Dostanu žrát? Je to takhle. Takže by už?
Ah, milady. You're fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honoured.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bozhena here will take care of you.
Božena?
No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, ma'am.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
OK, dej mi to celý vyžrat. Spí až do rána.
Oh, God. Eat. Food.
Sebere mi to všechno, vole. Lol. Úplně všechno. Jakože úplně všechno. I ty jabka. Jdeme sockovat jídlo. OK. Takže. Amore. Jde se jíst. Kurva, fixur někdo píše, jo. Mrdám je. Jak jo. Kde jsou ty zasraný sýry tady? To bylo jsou druhý ok svině. Ty jabka tolik ne, takže ty sníme. No. Nice. Takže. Uhni. Jde se spát. Kurva, tady nejsou dveře. Otevři ty oči, ty sráči. Kurva, trochu soukromí. A jdem spát. Tak jdem spát co nejdýl. Takhle. Tak co nejdýl. A teď už jenom čekáme. Asi jsme dočekali. Ne, teď budeme čekat. Až se to skurvení načete.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady, no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you, but I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
OK. Stejně pojedem. Určitě jo. Jdem vyprávět tam
You might be right,
přehánět.
my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands.
Dobře.
A fellow by the name of Kunesh owed money to Father, who sent me to collect it from him. Only Kunesh had no intention of paying. It got a bit heated, as often happens when there's money involved, but Kunesh still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzig. The sword was taking shape when Sir Radzig himself came to have a look at it. He praised Father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. A horde of soldiers was amassed. Pennants flapped in the wind, the armour glinted in the sunlight, and the horses whinnied impatiently. They were waiting for Sigismund to give the command to attack.
How awful.
And then death descended on Skalice. Father told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get Mother. She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund's butchers. And then I saw him knocking down one Cuman after another. I never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armour, saw Father and charged at him. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armour, saw Father and charged at him. He cut down my father without a thought. And then he turned on my mother. And he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle. I wasn't safe yet. The Cumans were going from house to house below the castle, looting and then torching them. They encircled the castle, and it was clear they could spot me at any moment.
May God punish them.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I wanted to help her. God knows I wanted to, but even though I had the sword we made for Sir Radzig, they had me outnumbered and they were well armed too. I only just managed to grab one of their horses and ride off. I couldn't help her any more than I could have helped my parents.
It wasn't your fault.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
It's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
Oh, you poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding, those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors he went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years? And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
So Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Ty síly to, vole. Teď jsi předtím leh jinak, ty idiote, vole. OK. Tak si tady pokecali. Co bude teď?
Move it, people! Come on! Come on! We're running out of time! Quickly! We have to close the gates! You can't go back!
Henry, help us!
Help us, son. Don't be a coward.
I'm dying.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalice.
Hroža, nice. Takže vezmeme si tady to a na hradby. Kurva, vole, tady zase hovno vidět. Kurva, fix, kamže. Nice. Kde je ten šlínek? Hej, šlínku.
You're right there.
Kde jsi ty šlínek?
Listen up!
Ah, tady.
If it's Sigismund and his army, prepare for the worst. But don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my commands, and all will end well.
Hey, you men down there. Tell the people outside the walls to prepare for attack. Quickly, do you understand?
Čo je more? Čo spotřeboval?
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalice.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Jivish sent to Skalice to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
Další cutscéna.
goes there?
Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Robert?
Sir Ansig. What a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir. He is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzik, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalice.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will, and good luck to you and your people too. These are dark times. Move out!
Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a short way to Ratai now.
To je sračinka.
Men!
Okay. Promluvím.
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch at the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid! And don't worry, I'll tell the men to relieve you later.
Are you...
Byla kolem mě, vole. S tebou promluvím, no, teda. Když nějak nedáš, vole. Tak asi budu muset, no.
Good health to you.
What do you think about that surprise during the night?
I was surprised, all right. I'm glad them people...
What the fuck?
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh?
What the fuck?
I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
Počkej do rána, jo. A jdem čekat, vole. Ale třeba asi takhle, no. Čekám. Stále čekám. A za chvíli se dočkám. Nice.
Let's go! Let's go! Move it! Quick! Go! Go!
What the fuck are you doing?
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise, though. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Skalice and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, the Radzig Kobyla, who has been using the silver from the Skalice mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzig of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalice. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzig is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that the Radzig Kobyla is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzig Kobyla is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
OK. More, pojď sem.
Be a bit more
Pojď sem,
What the hell?
Drž hubu a pojď si mnou promluvit ty sráči, jo.
Good day to you.
So, Robard, I need to get to Skalice.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
So, Robard, my parents died there. I can't leave them to be eaten by dogs. What would you do in my place?
Sorry, lad, but I won't take orders. You'll have to wait until everything settles down, and maybe your lord will change his mind.
What is it?
Do prdele, jak je se sadit. Jo, dobrý. Tady tím si vytahuje meč. Jo, dobrý. Nic, čus, já se dosehnu koně a jedu do piče. Hopla.
It's all the same to me who sits on the throne, as long as there's law and order.
A dechni se, vole. Máš potřeba dobrou kondičku, a... Jako teču, vole, ještě nikdo nechce pustit, vole. Počkej, jaký je quest. Pohřebí se říká, sežen si koně, a to si seženu, vole. To pohřbím snad. OK. Kurva, jestli se mi, vole, budeš. Hop. Víte co? Geronimo! Kurva, tam je nějaká hlídka, tak nic, tak to vezmeme tudy. Kurva, proč skáčeš? Kurva, tohle není kuň, vole. To je kamzik.
He's over there somewhere!
Jež. Ty vole, abych neboural do toho mostu, to bych se posral, ty vole. Ne, nechyt mě, že ne? Nechyt.
Got you!
Do prda. What the...
Jesus! You gave me the runaround.
Let me go, for Christ's sake! I have to bury my parents!
You're going nowhere.
Yeah.
Except back inside.
Dobře.
Let me go. I'll give you silver. How much?
Dobře. Kurva, nemám dost peněz, no nic. Prostě vem to.
Not likely.
Ty čuráku.
Except back inside.
If I don't bury them now, they'll be ripped to pieces by jackdaws and scattered over unhallowed ground, and I'm stuck here a stone's throw away.
All right. Shove me. I'll pretend you caught me off guard, and I fell over. I'll deal with the others. You just get out of here on the double.
Možná cesta tam vede, vole. Počkej. No, další ne. To tě to do prdele. OK. Chromatická výška na koni. Sice není zápasnice, ale tak. To už je jedno. Skoč! VTF. Ty vole, to nejde kočírovat, vole, tady to. Výběž, návrat ztraceného syna. Ok. Ty krávo.
You'll have to wait for me here, friend.
No.
Better to keep going on my own.
To si dělá kozy, ne? Kurva, to bude dlouhý jak svině. Než tam dojdu, vole.
It's like they've already gone.
Chlapcovi se chce zvracet. Poplej se, debile. Tak jdem hledat. Google mapy a jdem. Než se hledat, vole. Nice. Já si radši vytáhnu ten skurvený meč. Aj. Pojď, vole.
Mother of God!
Sračko. To péra, vole. Zvednout tělo? Ne. Chci... Bez tu chci. Ale taky. Kurva, to je docela drahý, ty vole. Počkej. Já můžu zvednout tělo? O lol. Lol, máme kámoše. Ale pojďme se hrozně pomalu, vole, takže není seru. To jsem chtěl, jo. Takže. Tady z toho je. Stíní do prdele. To chci zahodit. Tohle to si vezmu. No, tak to už byly tady ty lepší. Zahodit. Než ty vole, počkej, ono to je. Jo, a to si nechám. OK. To nevypadá tak špatně. Vypadá to úplně příšerně, ale OK. Ještě mám ten meč, že jo? A to už je jedno. Tohle mě baví, vole, práskat lidi. Víc. Potřebuji jich víc. Tasí mi meč. Tady by se nic nehodilo. Jak jinak. Koně sežereme.
Sweet Jesus. It's the charcoal burner.
A další človíček. Tak pojď, vole, na tebe si našetřím staminu.
Hey!
No,
Hey, you fucker. Pojď sem, vole. Pojď sem. Jay, vole, pojď sem. Kurva, dělej, utíká nám. Za toho zmrda. Tak nic. To je sráč, ty vole. Já ho chtěl zabít. Tak lov nebyl úspěšný. Jak se to mám jako do hajzlu dostat? Nic, tak půjdu po hradbách, ale to nebude nějaká díra, vole. Tady musí být nějaká díra, vole, jak se tam musí dostat. Hahaha, tak pojď.
What's going on there?
Tak pojď.
What are you up to? Well, I never. The pig turns up willingly, but...
Obereme tě. Jo, určitě tohle. A oba se určitě nebí. OK. Tak já si myslím, že pro tady ten díl by to mohlo stačit. Děkuji za skvělý odběr, nějaký koment a vaše hráčky.